Emily LaBelle. I'm a student nurse. I'm going to be performing an intramuscular injection for my patient Carlos Caliente. He's getting Bacillin, which is an antibiotic for Lyme disease. First, I'm going to wash my hands. Okay. So I'm just going to make sure I have all my supplies ready. I have the syringe and the needle. I have some alcohol wipes, some gauze, some clean gloves. Then I'm going to open up my med cart and look for the Bacillin, so I'm going to check it against my MAR. Okay, so this is Bacillin. So before I take it out, I'm just going to make sure I have the right med, and it is. Then I'm going to check the expiration date, and it's good. It doesn't expire until 2020. So then I'm going to perform my 6 patient rights. So it's Bacillin, right med. It's for Carlos Caliente, who's the right patient. It's supposed to be given at 12 p.m. and it's the right time. It's going to be given intramuscularly, which is the right route. I'm giving it for his Lyme disease, which is the right reason. And okay, so now that I've done my 6 patient rights with the medication, I'm just going to do my calculation because it's 2 million units. Oh, that's what I forgot. I'm sorry. The right dose is 2.4 million units, and I have 2 million units per milliliter here, so I'm going to have to do a medication calculation. So I'm going to do the dose ordered, which is 2.4 million units, over the dose on hand, which is 2 million times 1 milliliter, which equals 1.2 milliliters. So that's how much I'm going to drop, and I'm just going to double check that. Yep, that's right. So now that I've done that, I'm just going to check to make sure that I have the right type of syringe and needle for my intramuscular injection for an adult. So the size of the needle is 1.5 inches, and that's good for an adult because it has to be deep enough to reach their muscle. It's a 23 gauge needle, which is good for an adult as well. It's 3 milliliter syringe, and I'm drawing up 1.2 milliliters, so that'll work. I'm going to clean off my vial. Just going to open this up. Carefully take this off. All the way. I'm just going to drop 1.2 milliliters of air and inject that. And drop 1.2 milliliters of the Bacillin and try to avoid bubbles. I'm going to recap it. Well, first I'm going to check to make sure I have the right amount. And I do. There's no bubbles. So I'm going to recap it. Not all the way because then it will stick, but just so I don't stick myself. And I'm going to check that I have the right medication one more time before I put it back in the drawer. So I have Bacillin, which is the right drug. I have the right patient, which is Carlos Caliente. It's the right time, it's 12 p.m. It's the right dose, which is 1.2 milliliters or 2.4 million units, and I have 1.2 milliliters drawn up. It's the right route, it's intramuscular, and I'm giving it because he has Lyme disease and he needs an antibiotic for that. So I'm going to put that back in the right spot and lock up the cart. Make sure I have everything ready to go and bring it into the patient's room, and then, yeah, I'll give the injection. I'm just going to go into my patient's room. I'm going to knock on the door. And I'm going to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Emily. I'm going to be your student nurse today. I'm just going to be giving you an intramuscular injection in your hip area, your VentroGluteal site, for your Lyme disease. It's Bacillin, it's an antibiotic. So I'm going to provide privacy for the patient by either shutting the door or closing the curtain. I've already explained what I'm going to do and just making sure that the bed's at a good height for me to work at. So I'm just going to check his name band against the MAR. And I have Carlos Caliente. Yep. And his date of birth is right. Okay. now that I've done my wipes, I'm just gonna look at the spot that I'm gonna inject. He's already in the right position, as you can see. Just making sure that there's no bruising or redness or tenderness, just making sure it's a good site to inject. And it looks intact, it's good. So now I'm just going to find the site with my hand. So you put the heel of your hand on the greater trochanter, and you're gonna reach up with your pointer finger behind the anterior superior iliac spine, and then span out your fingers, and the spot in between your pointer finger and your middle finger is going to be the spot where you're going to give the injection. So I'm going to mark that spot with a piece of gauze so I don't lose it. And then I'm going to put on my gloves. And I'm going to clean the spot with an alcohol wipe. And I would put the alcohol wipe above it, just pointing towards the spot, so I didn't lose it again. And if I was actually giving the injection in the patient, I would, spread the skin and then give the injection, holding it like a dart swiftly, so it didn't hurt the patient. But I'm going to be doing it down here. Check again, make sure I have the right med and the right dose. So it's Carlos Caliente, 1.2 milliliters or 2.4 million units by IM at 12 p.m., which is the right time and the right route. And it's Bacillin for his Lyme disease. So I'm just going to pull back the safety. Spread the skin, make a dart and quickly inject, stabilize, aspirate for blood return, and there's none, so then I'm going to inject slowly. Then take the needle out, put the gauze pad down, and put pressure to the site. Recap the needle, not recap, put the safety up on the needle, and dispose of it in the Sharps container. Just apply pressure, ask the patient if he's having any discomfort. I mean, mild discomfort is common, but any severe discomfort, and remove that. And then I'm going to remove my gloves, wash my hands again. Then I would come back in like 30 minutes or so and make sure that the patient wasn't experiencing any adverse reactions and making sure that he's having the right response to the medication. I'm also going to document the site, the time I gave it, the medication that I gave, and yeah, that's it. I'm going to document.